In the 1950s, a religion suddenly appeared in South Aulak that has its origin in Buddhism. The external form of this religion is similar to the Hinayana discipline. Practitioners don a yellow robe and carry an alms bowl. They eat only once a day at noon in order to save time for studying and spiritual practice. This ascetic discipline attracted the interest of many people who came for initiation. Gradually, it developed into today's Aulaxis or Vietnamese Sangha of Bhikkhu Buddhist Association. The founder of this religion is a young monk whose Dharma name is Minh Đăng Quang. He was born as Nguyễn Thành Đạt in 1923 in Vĩnh Long, South Aulac or Vietnam. At 15, he became a renunciate to seek the truth. He traveled to many places to study Buddhist scriptures. In 1941, he returned to Aulac or Vietnam and went up to Tuc Sông to practice spiritually in solitude for an entire year. During the day, he went to the village to beg for alms, and at night he meditated in the forest, yearning to attain enlightenment to help sentient beings. During this period of time, through his own study and experience, he combined the essence of the two Buddhist traditions, Mahayana and Hinayana of India, and established a new Zen mendicant sect unique to Aulac or Vietnam. He then left Tuc Sông and went to Ha Tinh province to meditate continuously for 7 days and nights. It was then that he attained enlightenment, the ultimate realization of the truth that led to liberation. Since then, he began his spreading the Dharma, or true teaching, according to the tradition, a rice bowl from 1,000 houses. In 1944, he became the first patriarch of the Aulaxis or Vietnamese Sangha Bhikkhu Buddhist Association. We now invite you to listen to excerpts from the Sacred Book of Truth of the Sangha of Bhikkhu Buddhist Association entitled Vegetarianism, Universal Justice, and Enlightenment.
Being vegetarian means keeping a pure diet. Being vegetarian is being pure with food, not craving for food or being picky about it, and not letting food contaminate our heart, darken our mind. Whoever already knows how to practice spiritually, to evolve and be free from suffering, must regard good food as ordinary and cheap and put it down. Only then can one attain enlightenment.
It's true that food sustains life, but those who are engulfed by it, unable to be free of it, then it's like they're being imprisoned, chained and tortured in hell, unable to raise their heads. Food is sentient beings' kind mother, but also can be a grave for sentient beings. Therefore, if we know how to use food, it can save lives. Otherwise, it will destroy our body and mind later.
A meal comprising of many different dishes is a finicky way of eating. That shows a person's mind isn't yet pure and tranquil. A plain and simple vegetarian diet means that one is indifferent to the taste of food, considers food of little importance, and refuses to participate in banquets with worldly people. It's due to this disciplined eating habit that monks develop concentration and wisdom, and easily reach the blissful state. By conquering the palate that one becomes a gentleman, transcending the cycle of retribution, and thereby achieves self-mastery.
Moreover, sentient beings, whether plants or animals, are beings that follow us on the path of evolution. They're our children, our siblings. As elders, our duty is to help them. How can we have the heart to kill our brothers and sisters? Doesn't it go against the law of our universal and compassionate mother? The ancients dare not belittle the animals, because although they take the animal forms, they do have the heart of a human, of God. And who knows, Buddha and saints may use that form to teach us the truth, so how dare we look down upon them?
It's true that having a body, one must eat to live. But we must also remember the sage's teaching. Rather die in purity and peace than lead a defiled, frustrated and suffering life. Even if we crave life and fear death, we should choose the food with lesser sin to eat. Even God and Buddha consider vegetables sinful to eat. They don't have the heart to shorten the life of any sentient being and thereby never pluck the plants. Even eating vegetables, Buddha still considered sinful. How much more merit than him do we have that we eat even meat like that?
The renunciates who practice spiritually must bear with it and eat, borrowing from sentient beings, borrowing a little from vegetables whose souls have yet to develop hatred. But the renunciates still feel guilty, still incur debts, and so must go out to preach later to repay the favour. They dare not pride themselves as being sinless, dare not fill their stomachs with good food. Then who are we to eat meat, adopting the way of the demons?
We should remember that humanity means to behave humanely, not to kill or cause harm to humans and animals, to eventually include trees and plants, and learn to treasure life. The householder must keep the non-killing precept and nourish the body through good retribution. If we don't want war, don't make an example of killing. Don't raise or sell animals for meat. If we want to live long, then don't oppress any being. If killing plants is unavoidable, then we should repent every day and try to reduce as much as possible.
Therefore, this world gives birth to war as a result of the bad karmic debts incurred through many lifetimes. The enemies kill people, just as people have killed animals previously. A crowded market day brings death to countless lives. A cast net brings death to countless fish and fowls. The law of cause and effect makes no mistake, so if we want to live, don't take the life of others.
Justice is also the truth, or the harmonious middle way of the universe. Justice means no more, no less, very just and impartial. Many people believe that there is no justice, so they freely commit evil deeds and thereby beget calamities. Justice is a power, an authority. Justice is like the shadow following a person, so the higher one climbs, the harder one falls, and the deceitful wouldn't enjoy peace long.
Long ago, a person killed a robber to rescue 10 merchants. Therefore, in the next life, he enjoyed wealth from 10 legacies, but later he was also killed. A general killed thousands of people to defend a country. Therefore, that country made him king, but for thousands of lifetimes he was killed by others. That is justice, with fair reward and punishment. Whether a thing is big or small, it would never be covered up.
A monk who tramples on grass will be slighted by others. A person who plucks vegetables to cook will have bodily aches. Those who smash mosquitoes, kill flies, crush ants will be beaten or crushed to death. Those who prepare fish will die with bodies unwhole. Those who skin animals will get scabies and lesions all over. Those who suffer from leprosy is because they cut off the arms and legs of others. And those who kill others will be killed. The seeds of bad retribution will come back to the sower, whether it's now or after death or the next life. It's sooner or later, slow or fast. Those who sow a mix of bad and good seeds will beget mixed fruits. As soon as we sow the seed, the fruit has already formed in our mind and will manifest outside later on.
If we repent early and stop our sinful way, then the bad retribution is less serious. For example, if you sow a seed but it bears no fruits, it's because you don't water and fertilize it. so it dies early, or you cut it off when it just sprouts. If you're afraid, then don't sow it. If it has been sown, it's best not to fertilize and water it. Don't speak nor do bad any more. And throw away the remaining seeds in your heart, or look for the sword of wisdom or the fire of meditation to destroy it. Don't let it spread further. As for those whose seeds have already borne fruits that can't be destroyed, then fear not. Just focus on the joy of meditation and disregard it. And when the fruit ripens, just quickly eat it all. Don't postpone, nor let it grow back in the future.
How many kinds of hell are there?
Hells are countless. A confined mind is also hell. Being besieged by distress is also hell. A preconceived thought is also inferno. Cruelty is the inferno. Greed, anger and ignorance are the so-called hell. Selfishness is hell. Big hell, small hell, all depends on our action, speech and thought. This kind of hell is like that at the centre of the earth. Iron walls, pitch dark, burning fire, swamps that suffocate people to death, all kinds of punishment.
What kinds of punishment are there in hells?
Hell is where people endure misery. One dies again and again to suffer forever until one's bad retributions are paid off. Sin comes from action, speech and thought. The 10 hells of action, speech and thought are killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, boasting, slandering, insulting, greed, hatred and ignorance. These 10 hells are also called the 10 halls. When these 10 sins end, the 10 halls will disappear. In the hell of the 4 elements, nothing is not punishment. Wine is boiling copper, beautiful women are burning pillars, fire is anger, ignorance is the darkness, turbulence is the torture, boiling oil is the cauldron of fame and wealth. Myriad suffering and painful scenarios, countless.
In hell, suffering is the most fearful of all. Sentient beings remain there, unable to escape, because their misconception misleads them, and so they create their own suffering. And when they're too miserable, they become unimaginably cruel and wicked, insane and crazed, that no one can go near to help them. However, after a while, some people are able to get out of it. They will become awakened after enough suffering and try hard to lessen their sins. As a result, their sin gradually dissolves and they are liberated.
How to save those who have fallen into hell?
God and Buddha can, but that person must consent to let go and follow God or Buddha. Look at a suffering person. When in suffering, they don't even want to live, much less care about anything, anyone or any place. Whoever approaches them to advise or console them, they'd get angrier and feel more miserable. They are in a gloomy, desolate world by themselves. Everything around them looks dismal. The greater their sin, the more miserable they feel. Their spouse, parents and loved ones, none can share their anguish. They feel very lonely, as if they've fallen into an abyss with no way out.
There are people whose bad retribution is so heavy that they fall very deep to the bottom of hell, and they remain in a frightened and delirious state forever. They are like in a daydream, in a stupor, unaware of anything. They are immersed in a frightening realm and unable to wake up for thousands of years. Their soul is ever haunted in some obscure realm and knows not what reincarnation is. Indeed, weighed down by heavy bad retribution, they can become insane from too much suffering, a very dangerous state which is called the Avicii hell.
It is difficult to rescue those people unless they become sober a little and realize that they are in hell and want to escape it. Only then the light of Buddha and Bodhisattvas will shine on them and rid their mind of ignorance and darkness. That light makes them feel cool, clean, awakened, and they have a clear understanding. They look out at sentient beings in the world and initiate a vow of great compassion, which causes the iron walls of the four elements of greed and selfishness fall apart, unable to detain them anymore.
So how do we help the deceased if they suffer misery?
If you know for sure that the deceased are suffering from their sin in a miserable realm, then their offsprings must practice spiritually so that they may follow. Preach the truth to them and do good deeds on their behalf. Then they will be very happy. By listening to the Dharma or true teaching, they feel joy and become enlightened. By practicing spiritually, they gradually burn away all their bad retribution.
Does every deceased person need to be prayed for salvation?
No. Those who kept the 5 precepts or 8 precepts or more do not need others to pray for their soul's salvation, because they already know the path. They are already at a higher level than human beings, because human beings only keep 1 precept of non-killing, while they already have 5 precepts, which is the level of the heavens of desire.
Thank you, graceful viewers, for joining us for today's episode of Between Master and Disciples. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for Planet Earth, Our Loving Home, coming up next, right after Noteworthy News. May your life be filled with heaven's miraculous wonders.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/BMD.